across this dress at the thrift, and I thought you should add sleeves to that. But what if you wanted to wear it without sleeves? Let's make detachable sleeves. I decided to go with a banded puff sleeve. I'm practicing my pattern drafting, so I created my pattern from scratch, but you don't have to. You can use a sleeve pattern from any clothing pattern you already own. Just make sure that the size of the pattern matches the size of the dress or top you are using. Just as an additional note, Moon Fabric has a free PDF puff sleeve pattern pack. I'll link it down below. First things first, prep work. This included cutting out all the necessary pattern pieces for the sleeve and the band, ironing interfacing onto one side of the band, as well as creating bias tape in the same fabric. I'll link the continuous bias tape binding tutorial that I've been using for quite a number of my projects. I have not been able to wean myself off of it. I still am very much reliant on it nearly every time I have to make bias tape. Continuous bias tape, that is.
So I'll go ahead and I'll draw lines all the way up to the top of the edge here.
The sewing process started with the bias tape. I took the round measurement of the sleeve, added 1 inch for seam allowance, and cut out 2 bias tape strips that matched that number. The ends of each of these strips were sewn together to form a round, and then I put these aside for later. On to the main part of the sleeve. Marked my front and back with some snips. Sewed a gathering stitch along the cap of the sleeve, that is the top, as well as the hem of the sleeve, that is the bottom. I used a larger stitch on the machine and did not backstitch at the beginning or end. Additionally, I left a generous tail of thread, which I would be using to pull the gathers together. The back thread only. The band, I sewed it along one of the longer sides, and that was it for now. So I'm going to start by gathering the bottom of the sleeve into the cuff. I'm going to sew the sleeve shut, and then I'm going to gather the top of the sleeve into the bias. Now we gather, where is it? Oh, here it is. Now we gather the sleeve into here. There's a folded side and an unfolded side. The unfolded side of the bias tape was pinned onto the inside of the sleeve until the point on the cap where the gathers were going to start. After this, I gathered the top of the sleeve and then pinned everything else in place. Then we sewed it down. I then folded over the other side of the bias tape and sewed it in place. Buttonholes on the sleeve itself and corresponding buttons on the inside of the armhole of the dress. This was a fun project. The great thing about this is its modularity. You could create multiple sleeves to interchange between garments. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and all that other good stuff that helps support creators on this platform. Until next time.
Bye, have a great time.